much, I don't know, that's my opinion.
And just a thought, because your job is to get information out, so your echo blog. So my concern is, how do we reach, and let's take Los Angeles, where 75 to 80% of the people in Valley Unified School District, which is the second largest school district in the United States, has a larger budget than LA City does, okay? Over $4 or $5 billion a year. How do we reach the minority communities in terms of being commuter smart, blog smart, etc.? Have you experts thought about this, and I'll start with you?
I think this sounds, I don't know, cynical or maybe old school, but it's kind of part of the machine. I think it still does come down to politics, and with that, I really applaud Senator Pavley and NRDC for putting the bill together and all the people who have gone before it, but there's only, to a large degree, there's only so much that we can do if we're stopped every bit of the way. So much of the publicity wheel right now has to be focused on the fact that people aren't even aware that there's a huge backlash right now against AB 32. People are like, cool, we finally passed great legislation. That's awesome. It'll get started in 2011, and that happened years ago. And all right, cool, I guess we're moving in the right direction. And they're not knowing that silently the oil companies are funding this huge backlash. And if they have the money, so it doesn't come down to money in politics or true democracy. And so my big message is, one will win out. It doesn't have to be big money, but right now big oil and different corporations, and it's really not that many, are leading this charge to squash AB 32. And if they have the money to do the media, the only thing that is going to stop them is individuals in rooms like this just doing that viral messaging and getting this out. This may seem like a small panel and, oh, how can we fight big oil? Gosh, Cal can tell you more about that, but you absolutely can. It's happened before if you look throughout history, and you just have to mobilize people. It means that we have to use speaking wheels, and we have to use, thankfully, what is free, more or less, other than the time of people, putting it out there, is social media, and getting that out there and talking about it, and doing those cheesy, sign this petition things online, and things that actually, it's all we have when you're up against that much money, this much backlash. So.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Stephanie, I want to throw this up to you, and I want to get to the panel. If we were in an elevator together, and I saw support AB 32, and we were going up 3 stories, that's it, which takes 2 minutes. What would you tell me about AB 32?
I would say that AB 32.
Can you turn it out to the audience?
I would say that AB 32 is a bill to protect our environment and our air quality, that it is an important piece of legislation that has led the nation to understand why global warming and greenhouse gases have harmed us, and that if I was in a state capacity, I'd have to mention that there are initiatives right now to roll back this bill and to look up the pros and cons of that for themselves. And if we were to talk about the initiative, I'd probably point out that AB 32 hasn't been enacted. So the initiative right now says that we're losing jobs in California because of AB 32. But if it hasn't been, implemented, there's no way we could have lost jobs yet. So, bring that up.
Do you want to tell them really quick? I'll just say something.
Go ahead.
To give them the numbers of just how dire it would be for them to roll it back, is they want to roll it back to numbers, unemployment numbers that we haven't seen in like 20, 30 years. They want to roll it back to 5%. As we all know, California is not going to be at 5% unemployment anytime soon. So the language, it would squash it. Yeah.
It's just to completely remove. It's not about jobs. It's an initiative not about jobs, but just about taking away AB 32.